So because of Batman drifting so serious into madness and anger and the darkness, Alfred has become disappointed with him, and when he's about to kill Superman, he realized his parents would have felt the same way Alfred feels about him, and that's why he screams. He just starts freaking out when after he says his mother's name, and just throws away despair. And because it triggers something as PTSD, his trauma, it triggers his trauma. Flashback of he had flashback. So because of all this, because Superman brought Batman out of the darkness, Superman, inspires Batman to do the right thing again, but do it the right way. Because he hasn't been being beat up, because throughout this entire film, he hasn't been playing the hero, he's been playing the villain. Lex Luthor is not nearly as a villain as Batman is in this film. So it goes from being the ultimate villain to the ultimate hero again, and throws away his fears and promises that his mother won't die on this night. So he lets Batman save his mother, and Batman's going so fast and fighting harder than ever, because it seems like he's so eager to prove to himself that Superman wasn't wrong about him, that there's still good in him. So he's trying to redeem himself in the most serious way possible, and it's kind of beautiful and awesome at the same time. And so he succeeds at it, and he doesn't really. He knows that he shouldn't kill this bad guy, but because he hesitates of killing this bad guy, but he says, if you don't back off, I'm going to kill her. And he says, I believe you. And so he only thinks of the one thing that he can get out by saving his life, saving his he's not only trying to save Superman's mother, but he's also trying to save his mother, because he sees that as his chance to redeem himself, because he blames himself for his parents' death, because he wasn't strong enough, emotionally or physically. So it just kind of scarred him, and as crime finds way on, the emotions got more intense and darker, and Superman brought him out of that darkness by giving him by telling him to save Martha, because Superman still sees despite all that Batman has done to Superman still chooses to see good in him and see hope in him, because Superman decided to see hope in himself again. And realizing that, you know what, despite what people say, he is a hero. So he might figure, why can't Batman be a hero? So, sure, he has a different method, but deep down he's a hero, as much as me. He must see. That's just what I see. And I'm trying to analyze this the best as I can. So, Superman makes sacrifice to save the world, because he realized that his world is not the planet that got blown up with his actual biological parents. His world is where the heart is, where home is, where the heart is. So he realized his real home has always been, well, he always has had his real home, which was Lois and everyone on planet Earth. So he sacrifices himself by saving his new buddy Batman and his new buddy Wonder Woman, while they're keeping Doomsday busy. This is after Batman and Superman team up to defeat Lex Luthor and unleash Doomsday from his DNA and mixed with Kryptonian Zod DNA. It kind of makes no sense how come he looks like Doomsday. But he does look, that being said, he does look pretty cool and not bad at all. So, yeah, then Superman stabs Doomsday with the kryptonite spear, but Doomsday also stabs Superman in the heart, and Superman just sacrifices and just like pushes the spear into his heart, and by bringing the Doomsday's spear thing, which is attached to his arm, closer into his chest to the point of killing him in Doomsday, and which is really a sad thing to watch. Batman's especially sad because I think he kind of blames himself because Superman probably wouldn't ever be I think he figures Superman probably wouldn't be alive if he wasn't so stubborn and just accepted the fact that Superman was always a hero and more human than Batman, because Batman would drift so heavily into darkness he lost his humanity. But Superman brought the goodness out of him, and rebuilding his faith in humanity, and he got some of that humanity back. And so Batman decides to avenge Superman by branding Lex Luthor, but then he realized Superman wanted this, so he just punches the wall and brands the wall, and he disappears. And Superman and Clark's funeral, Clark and Superman, nothing's in Superman's coffin, but the whole world has missed him. And Clark can to his Superman. It gets a wedding from Clark's mom because he was going to propose to her because she is his home and Earth is his home. And she puts dirt on the coffin starts rising up into a Superman will return. But instead of him actually coming back from the dead, he just comes back by this cube, which is a lot of continuity. And so, yeah. Wonder Woman has also lost her faith in humanity, apparently, like Batman did. And Batman, because Batman, got his faith in, got his restored, and his faith in humanity, again by Superman, he says to Wonder Woman, there's still good in people. We screw up, but we still try. There's always hope. Because that's what Superman taught Batman. So this reveals Wonder Woman's facing humanity. Well, she doesn't seem like she suffered as much trauma as Batman, but, well, not as serious trauma, but, and that's as much as what Wonder Woman has to do with the plot. And, Wonder Woman's kind of, though, she doesn't really do anything, she's actually my least favorite part of the film because she not as much invested in the plot as I would like her to be. And yeah, that's my thought on Batman v Superman. I highly recommend the film, and I really thought it was a really well-made film. So yeah, I give it a thumbs up.